Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Yeah, here in the Leatherworkers Guild, where we continue our Leatherworkers quest. Guildmaster Jeva appears to be upset. Oh, he'll pay, I swear by Louis' beard. I'll tear the skin from his... Desiree, good to see you are here. Listen to this. An Uldan merchant has set about blackening the guild's good name. He claims that some toad leather he sold him is, and I quote, of inferior quality. You heard me? Inferior. The gall of a man, I swear to you. I would be the very soul of contrition if his allegiance were proven true, but they just seem so utterly unthinkable. Why he claims the leather was unevenly tanned and still reeking of toad slime. It's clear that whoever made that leather didn't know the first thing about working with toad skin. Which means that there's no way in the seven hells it came from us. Believe me when I tell you, Desiree, I'll be deep in the cold hard ground before I permit such shoddy work to bear our name. The very thought of some two-gill hide mangler claiming to represent this guild makes me want to... Ultimately, it doesn't matter that it isn't our handiwork. If our customers begin to suspect that our standards are slipping and that we are not showing our materials with proper respect, our good name will be lost and our many years of hard work will have been for naught. We cannot let that happen. Though I'm certain we have done no wrong, we need to make this right. We'll settle this with a display of authentic craftsmanship. Prepare a circle of high-quality toad leather and bring it to me for inspection, understood? And here with a level 25 quest, as usual, we begin crafting in high quality. Yeah, I could go get some giant toads. Let's just do it for the quest purpose. I have toad leather from the treasure hunter, from treasure searching. So I could just turn that in, but nah, I want to have my own crafted. Okay, then let's do this. This is actually hard. Nah, perfect score is a bit hard right now. Prepare a circle of high quality toad leather and bring it to me immediately. I want this matter resolved as soon as possible. I made one. This will do nicely, Desiree. You clearly understand the unique properties of toad skin and how best to harness them. The leather is sturdy, flexible, and completely free of unpleasant odors. There's but one thing left to do. I want you to take this toad leather, march down to the Carline canopy, and shove it in this Aimar's face. Show the impertinent fool what real Fen-Eel quality looks like. And there's Aimar. Completely, utterly unacceptable. Shame on Fen-Eel and their vain glorious claims. Pah! How could anyone call this rubbish toad leather? Sir, you have been scammed. This is real Fen-Eel toad leather. About time one of you charlatans showed up. What's this? More toad leather? I demanded a full refund, not more of your... Wait, is this... By the 12th, I've never seen such exquisite toad leather. This would make an excellent belt or bag. Am I to understand that you are a producer of Fen-Eel goods? And you bring this to me by special order of a legendary Jeva herself? What in the world is the meaning of this? I'm most terribly sorry, good lady. When the merchant told me it was Guidanian leather, I naturally assumed that this Angrbotha was somehow affiliated with Fenil. I should have known it was too good to be true. A fraction of a time, a fraction of a price. He said, well, I certainly got what I paid for. I mean, I had never even heard of Angrbotha before, but everyone knows that Gridania is famous for... No more excuses. It's my responsibility as a merchant to evaluate the supplier, and my own damn fault that I purchased an inferior product. Reputation is everything in this world, and I fear I have unjustly besmirched your guilds. And yet, despite all that, the great Jeva saw fit to gift me this exquisite leather. Well, I too have a reputation to uphold. This gesture cannot go unanswered. Okay, Guildmaster. Was he here? Excellent work, Desiree. That bastard Ayman was so appallingly guilty, he rushed over here to beg my forgiveness in person. I've witnessed some groveling in my time, but his was truly masterful display. Bowing, stuttering, sniveling, it had it all. Oh, how I wish you had seen it. A proud Uldan merchant, humbled by a circle of toad leather. You've improved more than I thought. Now, all we have to do is find out who's making this Angrbotha dross. Our contrite friend said that he had been told it was a New Gridanian brand, but no one here has heard of it. New Gridanian brand. It's obvious they mean to capitalize on our good name. I'd like to meet the man who made that toad leather. Actually, Desiree, should you happen across him in your travels, I'd consider it a personal favor if you would flay the skin from his back and make me a pair of soles, so that I can grind him into the dirt every single day. Here you are, Desiree. Just the leatherworker I was looking for. Well, one of several I would consider asking, but that's beside the point. Anyway, I have a task for you. Mere moments ago, we received an older gentleman who demanded that we give his commission priority. Needless to say, I refused him without hesitation and am thrown out. In retrospect, however, I believe his forwardness may have owed more to desperation than mere impatience. Could you perhaps speak with his client on my behalf? I'm told he was last seen heading east in the direction of a market stalls. Of course, he may have gone further than that, but being an energetic adventurer, I'm sure you'll find him eventually. Well, he's north. You're a leatherworker. Thank you for coming to see me. I know that my behavior at the guild was inexcusable. Permit me to start from the beginning. I heard tell of a new brand of leather goods that was cheaper than Fenil's, but just as well made. Not being a wealthy man, I saw no reason to spend the extra gil, and purchased some of this Angrbotha branded leather armor for my boy. Only to be disappointed. To an untrained eye it may seem fit for purpose, but I served as a wood whaler for many years and could tell at a glance that it was no match for XIV weapons. Aye, they made it fast and cheap as advertised, but had I known the quality would be so bloody awful, I would have found the extra gil and gone to Fenil fineries in the first place. I know what I ask is unreasonable, but my boy is about to enlist in the whalers, and I wanted to give him something that would last a lifetime. Something that his son could wear when the time came. I swear that Angrbotha stuff wouldn't keep him alive long enough to even have a son. Please, would you make me a toad skin jacket? First I have to report to Jeva. I see. A gift from father to son to be passed down through the ages. Only a well-crafted item could be expected to carry generations of memories and tradition. It's a toad skin jacket, was it? Well, after hearing such a tale, who could possibly refuse? Why are you looking at me like that? It was a rhetorical question, Desiree. I'm not a monster. You heard his words, so you know what is at stake better than anyone. I bid you make a toad skin jacket of the highest possible quality and present it to me for inspection. Toad skin jacket. Need some alt gold leather. come on. These tend to be a bit easier. Because you have simply more durability. Remember what's at stake, Desiree. We need a quality toadskin jacket that can withstand generations of wear and tear. Is this good enough, Guildmaster? I dare say this is your best work yet. The spaulders and breast are made from the finest toadskin, and the goatskin backing alone would provide solid protection. It strikes a perfect balance between mobility and protection, and I can find no fault with it. It's a fitting gift for a young whaler to be. I expect that Camelane will agree. Take it to him, Desiree. So, your permission. Why, oh why did I have to think about the guild? Everyone knows Fanny goods are the best, and the best is no less than my son deserves. To think of him clad in that Angrbotha crap when he becomes a whaler. Praise the matron, a toadskin jacket. I could not have hoped for such kindness. And the craftsmanship is beyond compare. In fact, I do not believe I've ever seen finer leather equipment in all my years. My son will be thrilled to receive it. A craftsman that has never known battle could not possibly have made a jacket like this. Tell me, miss, are you... But of course, even Jeva has seen fit to welcome capable adventurers like yourself into her guild. I hope you will continue to share your gift with the people of Gridania and give others the opportunity to savor your work. I take it from your grin that Camelane was satisfied? Glad to hear it. Gods, I'm getting fed up with this Angrbotha nonsense. First that Uldan merchant and now this. Honestly, I don't know what idiotic plan they have in mind, but it's only a matter of time before word spreads. Quickly, cheaply produced goods may entice customers, but quality goods keep them. I wonder if they'll even consider participating in the exhibition. On the one hand, there's no better way to publicize your brand, but on the other, they must surely know that there's no position to compete with real leatherworkers. But I do hope they try, Desiree. I would love nothing more than to see those Angrbotha frauds get their comeuppance. To look on as artisans and merchants on every corner of Eorzea cast judgment on their work and proclaim them a disgrace. Sluggards and slouches, for a lot of them. Desiree, don't tell me you haven't noticed as well. Uneven seams, slipshod stamping, the work produced by the guild's rank and file in recent days simply isn't up to snuff. Whether it be the impending exhibition or this whole Angrbotha business that is distracting our craftsmen, I do not know. What I do know is that if they don't get their act together, and soon, we're at risk of actually losing business to those charlatans. I will not stand idly by as a lack of discipline and thus the reputation that our guild has worked so long to achieve. Someone needs to remind those slouches why they became leatherworkers in the first place. And I've decided that person will be you. Yes, you, Desiree. Surprised, are you? I may question your skills, but not your dedication to our craft. Bring me the finest pair of boarskin wingbands you can craft and show me that my trust hasn't been misplaced. It would be only the slightest of exaggerations to say that the future of this guild, not to mention your future, hangs in the balance. Now get to it and show your good-for-nothing guildmates how it's done. Do we need throwers? Boarskin ringbands. Here. Okay, I will use those wingbands the boarskin already have. And I need steel. Okay, this should not be too hard because both materials are in high quality. Well, Desiree, have you crafted for me the finest boarskin ringbands this guild has ever seen? No pressure, of course. Is that as much? One could hardly call this perfect. Fortunately, it's not perfection I thought of you, but pure single-minded devotion to the craft. And from the moment I took this ringband in hand, I knew you had not let me down. Clearly, you possess a keen understanding of the ideal ringband. The boarskin, light and sturdy and resistant to friction, is reinforced by steel links to afford protection without weighing down the wearer. Clumsy crafted ringbands have been known to distract those that would wield magic. Yours, however, are so well balanced that one might forget she's wearing anything at all. This is a true accomplishment of leatherworking and will serve as a clarion wake-up call to any loafer content with churning out substandard work. I will be honest with you, Desiree. When you first came stumbling through our doors, I reckoned I'd have an easier time making you into a saddle than a respectable leatherworker. How pleased I am to have been proven wrong. You have risen to the challenge and become a model to the entire guild. Which reminds me, I've spoken to you of a Gridanian exhibition, yes? The day of opening doors nears, I must devote myself fully to producing our new line of leather fashions. As this will afford me little time to devote to everyday affairs, I require somebody to handle the more demanding commissions until the exhibition has come and gone. I have decided that you're the woman for the job. That's right, your next task will be to serve as my personal assistant. Don't even think about neglecting your training, is that clear? Okay, but this is it for now. I need to level a bit more. See you in a moment. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV and the, Leatherworkers Guild, where we want to advance our quest. I am already level 50, so we just finished the quest line for a Realm Reborn. Also, because this is a rather late run compared to my other crafters, I'm pretty well equipped by now. Helga, take me of all the times for this order to come in. Here, have a look, Desiree. An order for a pair of boarskin smithy's gloves made by the guildmaster herself using her famous Java patterns. To be delivered post-haste, no less. I bet a man's earning with his oath couldn't tell my handiwork from a gobble's ass, but does it stop him from filing such a tactless order when I'm up to my very ears in work for the exhibition? Apparently not. Post-haste. I deliver a slap upside the head post-haste if it wouldn't have negative repercussions for guild business. Fortunately, my new assistant has arrived. Why, you of course. Desiree, I did mention that I'd be delegating work to you while I was focused on the exhibition, did I not? What about the customer's condition, you say? Bah, he'll get a pair of gloves made by the famous Desiree herself, and he'll like them just fine. And boarskin smithy's gloves. For that we need boarskin. That went well. I forgot something. Well, have you brought the work of a famous Desiree? Here it is. A smithy's glove must be sturdy enough to protect his hands from the fires of a forge. At the same time, they must be pliant enough as to not hinder the precise movements needed to work fine steel. Crafted from boarskin, lightweight, tough, and resistant to friction, this pair of smithy gloves represents the best of both worlds. The simple design allows for 5 fingers to move a full range of motion, the ideal handwear for any capable smith. Your work has admirably captured each of these essential points. I'm happy to sign off on it. You may deliver it to Fenil Fineries without delay. What, the Java patterns? Do not worry yourself about such foolishness. Have I not told you that he will know no better? At any rate, off with you. Even a fool of a client is a valued customer. Okay, blacksmith. My very first pair of custom-made smithy's gloves, made by the famous guildmaster Jeva to boot, are set to arrive from the Leatherworker's Guild any moment now. I can hardly wait to try them on. A delivery for me, you say? Do hand it over, and quickly, if you would. Now what have we? Hoglets to Hornet and buy gods, my uncle. If this isn't the finest, most comfortable pair of gloves I've ever laid hands on. And to think they are... what's what you say? Tell the blacksmith the truth? No, why? I'm but a simple blacksmith, but I can read your face. Admit it now, you would demand a higher price for such impeccable craftsmanship. That's it, yes? No. Okay. I'm too honest. What's that you say? These gloves are not the work of Jeva? Why, I couldn't give two shites about that. Friend, I don't know a damn thing about you leather workers and your patterns. A fellow smith had shipped me the Jeva's gloves. They are of peerless quality, and that was enough for me. I placed my order that same day, sight unseen. And I'm glad I did, for you have brought me the most comfortable pair of smithy gloves that I've had ever the pleasure to own. You and the guildmaster have my utmost gratitude. So, anyway, guildmaster, please tell me what this was about. A never satisfied customer, yes? I told you that you wore it for naught, Desiree. Oh, I suppose you're still curious about those Java patterns, aren't you? Allow me to explain. Some years ago, Guidanians took quite a fancy to a toadskin bag of my design. So popular were the bags that they quickly sold out, driving prices up to a premium. What do you suppose happened next? Greedy artisans sought to cash in on my success. Toads were hunted nigh to extinction, the host of imitation bags flooded the market. I was devastated, as a proud leather worker and lover of nature both. But what could I do? For weeks, months, I struggled, yet felt powerless against the forces of greed. That's when it struck me. Even if I could not stop others from copying my creations, I could at least ensure that their work was not needlessly destructive. I swore a vow that the next line of Java toadskin bags would would be made with an eye towards economy, that the pattern used to craft these wares would enable inexperienced leather workers to reproduce my designs with minimal waste. Do you see now, Desiree? Artisans worthy of a Fen-Il name do not need to rely on Java patterns. They already respect the natural world to which they owe our livelihood. This is something that cannot be taught, yet it has clearly awakened within you. Which is why I did not hesitate to entrust you with this task, and why you can expect many more to come. Well, if it isn't Desiree. Now, you have a look of a leatherworker who could do the work of 3 women. And thank the 12 for that, because 3 of you good-for-nothing colleagues just walked right out of the door, leaving 3 commissions of a highest priority unfulfilled. A pair of raptor skin fingerless gloves, a raptor skin targe, and a raptor skin choker. I need them, and I need them on the double. The promised dates of delivery, you ask? Yesterday, last week, and 4 fortnights ago. In that order. To make amends for the delays, I have personally assured each of our clients that their items will be of peerless quality. I trust we will not keep them waiting any longer than necessary. We need raptor leather. I need to craft at least 1 by hand. And 5 more, please. Okay, then the fingerless gloves. The choker. And the target. The Taj. Time's of the essence, Desiree. If you have a raptor skin Taj, the choker, and the gloves, show them to me. Yes, I suppose these will do. The skin of a fleet-footed raptor boasts superior flexibility and exceptional ruggedness. The wrap, of course, being that it is by no means easy to work with. Fingerless gloves are the choice of many a warrior for allowing the fingers to better grip their weapons. Thus do weapon and wielder become one. A well-crafted choker affords superior protection without impairing breathing or causing undue discomfort. And the Taj? At first glance a means of defense in times of need, it can be employed to intimidate or even injure one's foe. I presume you are well aware of all this. The quality of your work speaks to a sound understanding of material and implementation alike. I see no reason for these items to be kept from their purchasers any longer. Deliver them with all speed. The gloves to Pimonella at Novica's altar, the Taj to Lurik at the Caline Canopy, and the choker to a new client by the name of Nago Javantel. You'll find her at the Shaded Bower. With that, I can finally return to my work for the exhibition, and I swear the next person who dares interrupt me will see their hide made into the centerpiece of my display. Okay. Hold it right there, you loafing leatherworker. You take not another step until you explain why your guild has yet to deliver the choker I commissioned moons ago. And it best not be another overworn excuse, thus I take my business straight to Angrbotha and tell all my friends to do the same. I'm actually here to bring it to you. Why, this choker... I've never seen such... I mean, bah, a choker's a choker. My battle-scarred papa could fashion the likes of this, with his one remaining arm tied firmly behind his back. You brazenly neglect your clients in favor of designing frivolous fashions for some ridiculous exhibition, then expect pay for shoddy work delivered behind schedule? The arrogance of you self-styled artisans knows no bounds. I hear that even your guild's own have had enough of Guildmaster Jeva into nonsense. Mark my words, the Leatherworkers Guild is finished. Customers these days want speed and value for their guild, and your lot offers neither. I believe they want quality work, and that we do offer a plenty. Lyric. You have a look of a leatherworker. Might you know why my commission has been delayed? I've been waiting for my charge for a week now. It's right here, sir. This is exceptional. No apologies needed, my friend. For a charge of this quality, I'd have gladly waited twice as long. Which is why these rumors of mass resignation are so distressing. What could have possessed good, honest leatherworkers to abandon their craft? Pressure. And Pimonella. Wait, I recognize you. You're one of Jeva's subordinates, yes? Have you perchance come to deliver my gloves? Yes, I have. What craftsmanship! Aye, it's as if these gloves were tailored to fit each of my fingers. This is precisely why I would never think to obtain my protectives from anywhere other than the Leatherworkers Guild. For Jeva to maintain this level of quality with the exhibition at hand is no small feat. Okay, finally back from our city tour. Nago said, what? Speed and value? That mutton-headed McCotter wouldn't know a well-crafted choker if I used one to wring her scrawny neck. That said, even I must admit there's some truth to her words. No self-respecting guild would seek fame and fortune at the exhibition, while valued customers suffer undue delays for goods purchased with honest coin. I wish it had not come to this, Desiree, but my decision is made. The Leatherworkers Guild shall withdraw from this year's exhibition. There are customers out there who appreciate the quality our guild offers, and we must see them well served. There will be other exhibitions, but trust once lost is not so easily regained. In any event, you have proven yourself a loyal leatherworker today, and I thank you. And the level 50 quest. Oh, for the love of... Desiree, you picked a fine time to show up, and for once I'm not being sarcastic. I'm in quite a predicament here, and you might be able to help me. But what sort of big predicament, you ask? Only the sort in which I have several hundred deliveries to make before the next spell, despite having just 2 legs, you see. Withdrawing from the exhibition has freed me to devote my efforts to filling guild commissions. That is all well and good. The problem is that I now have more clients than ever, none of whom take kindly to being kept waiting. For every moment we waste chatting, we risk losing a valued customer. Make yourself useful and take this choker to a client waiting at the Whistling Miller. On the double. I really thought I was past the livery girl duties. From the guild, yes? Have you come to deliver my choker? True guild quality as ever. Yes, all the time and effort put into this piece is painfully evident in the overwrought nature of its design. We've only just met, but you strike me as a smart young woman, hence my offer. What say you bid farewell to your fruitless life as Jeva's lapdog and come work for me? Who am I, you ask? Why, none other than the founder and proprietor of Angrbotha Apparel and Accoutrements, Gridania's premier producer of leather goods. As a clever woman like you has doubtless surmised, many of your more ambitious colleagues have already abandoned the Leatherworkers Guild to bring their prodigious talents to Angrbotha. And why wouldn't they? Who wants to waste precious hours learning how to stitch the perfect seam, when a serviceable one will suffice? Not I, that's for certain. Angrbotha products are just as durable as Jeva's overweighted rubbish, crafted in half a time for a fraction of the cost. Should you have any doubts, I invite you to come by the exhibition and judge for yourself. Such a shame that the Leatherworkers Guild will be absent from the competition. I was so looking forward to defeating dear Jeva this year. Ah well, for all her faults, clearly Rome had sense enough to see that she was fighting a lost cause. Ta-ta, friend, and remember my offer. Okay, we should really report this. Hey Jeva. You're back, Dizzy, and not a moment too soon. I just heard a most distressing rumor. Word about town is that the renowned leatherworkers from across the realm are withdrawing from the exhibition at an alarming rate. Should this continue, Angrbotha will have a clear course to win top honors. Curses, it pains me enough that I cannot represent our guild in the contest, but the thought that those talentless hacks could claim the prize that is rightfully ours. What's that? Doid of Angrbotha was the client who commissioned that choker? If I had known, I'd have delivered it in person, taking the payment out of his lousy hide. Oh yes, the two of us go way back. He was an adventurer and aspiring leatherworker, not unlike yourself, Desiree. We had a bit of a falling out, though. I remember like it was yesterday. He strolled through that door wearing a shite-eating grin, holding a jerkin that looked like it had come out the wrong end of an alt gold. I told him as much, and the next moment he ran out the back door, bawling like a child. That was the last I saw of him. His sorry efforts weren't worth the hide they were made from, and now he fancies himself a fashion magnate? Small wonder that Angrbotha attire looks like something even a goblin would be ashamed to wear. The sad state of affairs is that not all customers are so discerning. What's worse, if Angrbotha takes top honors at the exhibition, then their wasteful practices will be vindicated. Slipshod craftsmanship and butchery will become the norm. I will not allow this to happen. Desiree, listen carefully, for I mean to give you your most challenging task yet, if not ever. You're to represent the Leatherworkers Guild at the exhibition and put that charlatan in his place. A raptor skin jerkin of peerless quality melded with a gatherer's grasp material of a 3rd grade. This will be your submission. No simple task, but as one who's taken her lumps and paid her dues, I believe that you have it in you. The exhibition is to be held at Miketo's amphitheater. Estain has been charged with accepting submissions. Once your work is complete, deliver it to her with all speed. Now, and I said I forgot something, namely getting the material. Because I have to buy it in the auction house. So hopefully it's available. Okay, I crafted the jerkin and bought. Yeah, of course I crafted it. You were there. And bought the materia. So let's put it in there. What's that you say? You wish to submit one of your works for the exhibition? Then pray hand it over without delay. The judging is about to commence. Consider yourself fortunate. Had you come a bell later, the contest would have already been over. I must say I'm relieved. There are far fewer entrants in this year's exhibition compared to past ones. When I heard that the Leatherworkers Guild would not be participating, then you'd be happy to hear that our plans have changed. Guildmaster Jeva, do tell me that you've decided to compete after all. Our guild will be represented, yes, but by Desiree here. What an unexpected turn of events, but I must hurry. The exhibition is about to begin. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've all been waiting for. The judging of best leather apparel will now be commenced. It would seem that an unprecedented number of last-minute withdrawals have left us with precious few candidates worthy of top honors. Nevertheless, we will proceed as planned. Our next finalist is this lovely raptor skin jerkin painstakingly crafted by an artisan of Angrbotha apparel and accoutrements. Judges, if you would. The cut is rugged yet serviceable. It would seem that numerous skins were layered to afford maximum protection. Function over form. A lancer cannot help but applaud such craftsmanship. The turning work is clumsy, but the sturdiness of a piece cannot be denied. In times of war, speed and practicality are virtues. I would say that it is worthy of consideration. As wasteful as ever, I see. How many raptors did you butcher to create that misshapen mess? Ah, Jeva, fancy meeting you here. Stand back and watch as that misshapen mess is named best in show. Our next and final piece is this last-minute entry from the Leatherworkers Guild. You look pale, Dart. What's the matter? I take it you weren't expecting actual competition? Oh, this is positively stunning. One can almost feel the raptor's very life force exuding from this jerkin. Not a single seam out of place and not a single cut of a hide wasted. This piece was clearly crafted with a profound respect for the beast whose life was taken to create it. It offers superior protection to the Angrbotha piece, while at the same time allowing for greater freedom of movement. This jerkin would be a proud addition to any archer's armory chest. In my line of work, I've seen many an adventurer come and go. Where is the one who possesses the aptitude and diligence demonstrated by the creator of this piece? Ladies and gentlemen, it would appear that we have a consensus. By unanimous vote, the award for best leather apparel goes to Desiree of the Leatherworkers Guild for her exquisite raptor skin jerkin. Died of Angrbotha apparel, I presume. We are investigating numerous accusations of harassment, extortion, counterfeiting and poaching. If you would be so kind as to come with us so that we might discuss these allegations in private. Well, Desiree, it would seem our work here is done. Let us return to the guild. Now, because we are talking about armory and stuff, a raptor skin jerkin is a gatherer item. So, soldier wouldn't necessarily want it in their armory because that is not for them. A raptor skin shirt, on the other hand, might be, or a jacket would be perfectly serviceable for a soldier. I must confess, Desiree, until I saw your jerkin with my own eyes, I was not entirely convinced you had it in you. But you did. From this day forth, I am proud to call you not apprentice, but peer. As for me, I can finally return to my own work, free of headaches and distractions. Though as luck would have it, we have a veritable legion of erstwhile Angrbotha defectors knocking on our door, looking to rejoin our ranks. They think their false tears and trite words of remorse will earn them my pity? Ha! I send them straight on their way, and lob a square of their hindquarters for good measure. Or so I once might have done. But who among us has not erred? Even I have been known to make mistakes, albeit rarely. And so I will give these turncoats a second chance. But mark my words, any who so much as thinks of crossing me again can look forward to a new life as a supplicant. The life of a guildmaster is fraught with frustration, yet I would gladly deal with 1,000 hapless apprentices for even the slimmest hope of seeing one flourish as you have. With your triumph at the exhibition, your goods are sure to be in demand across Eorzea, but you must never forget how you achieved your success. Unflagging dedication to your craft and a deep respect for the lives you must take to perform it. Remember always the values of Fen-Il, and I have no doubt that you will do us proud wherever you go. This concludes the Leatherworker's quest for a Realm Reborn. Okay. Oh, this was a great ending, and especially when you saw Java's proud smile at the exhibition that you succeeded so thoroughly. When you think about how it began, that she almost mocked you for your lack of skill. Yeah, that was beautiful. Until next time, when we play more Final Fantasy XIV, I am Mace, and don't get lost.